Yo, peace, everybody. We just got a little moment where I'm going to be going into my North Node. I have a Scorpio North Node. So that means a lot of psychology. But I had a thought right now, and it was about dreams. So I'm doing my own dream interpretation. I came outside. I had a dream last night. Not everything I'll tell you, but basically what concerned me was the fact that I just recalled there is a tiny little black scorpion that was a main focus in the dream, and I was trying to get people to take notice of it. I was trying to get people to be like, oh snap, look. And it was tiny, it was small, and I was almost in pursuit of it as it was crawling underneath like a carpet or whatever. So I'm looking into it deeper, and I've been interpreting dreams longer than I've been doing astrology, and I've been doing astrology for over a decade now. So what I'll tell you about the dream, and what I'll say about what dreams are, I'm not going to give you my dream interpretation of what I went through. Like, I figured out what it meant. I'll give that to you at the end. I'll give that to you later. Like, what my dream was really about, and why this video is also being made. So, a dream, there's two things that need to be understood right now. Number one is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So, the conscious mind is what you could call awareness. The conscious mind is like a kid when they're no longer being programmed, when they're starting to think for themselves, starting to make decisions for themselves. That is conscious mind. Conscious mind can reprogram the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is decision making. You know, it's actually the creative mind. It's funny because the conscious mind, which gives a very masculine energy, is actually a creative force. It uses imagination. So let's look at the subconscious mind real quick. Now we talk about the conscious mind, the light, right? The conscious light, you know. And let's just finish this up with the conscious mind and frequency. So our Hermetic principle number one is all energy is mental. That is our first Hermetic principle. So as you move forward through the rest of them, we're looking at energy as consciousness, as mentality. Now, the quality of any type of energy is the quality being its vibration. The vibration of any energy, its quality, is determined by the frequency. Okay? So when you have a very high frequency, it's a lot of energy in a compact space. Okay? When you have a low frequency, okay, it's the same energy with less oscillations. All right? So our lower frequency of thinking is really slow and really sad and whatnot, because there's so much missing when you're in a low vibration. Whereas when you're in a high vibration, you have so much included in that same space of mind. So to raise the quality of your life consciously would be to consciously vibrate higher. And to vibrate higher means that you must include more truths. You can't just sit in your perception of things or your belief of things and your feelings, because a low vibration isn't taking things necessarily for what they are, because it can't perceive everything in everything. It can only see itself in certain things, and that may be just very limited. So if you don't care to elevate your frequency in this life, you're going to realize that you're going to have a limited experience and understanding of life as well. Whereas when you do raise your frequency in this life, you encompass more emotions, you encompass more possibilities, you encompass more thoughts. You can listen to somebody say something that doesn't resonate with your feelings, but take it as truth because you know it's allowed, you know it's possible. So a higher frequency can include all things, whereas a lower frequency pretty much excludes all things. All right? So this is why you want to raise your frequency in life. And a higher frequency is in alignment with truth. Truth is the one thing that has always been there and always will be there and won't go anywhere. Where lies And illusions, those are the only things that are temporary. Belief systems and things of that nature, whatever we want to create to tell ourselves stuff based off of our feelings or our perceptions, not necessarily the actual truth. So this is the importance of understanding the consciousness, mental energy, and then the frequency of energy to determine the reality experience, which would be the vibration. Okay, and vibration realities are always represented as 3, 6, 9s, and 12s. And it's funny because they need the 1, 2s, they need the 4, 5s, they need the 7, 8s to create their experience. So you got energy and frequency. All right, when you get those things together, then you get the vibration of something. And the vibration is the energy and the frequency being observed and experienced. It is finite reality and infinite realities. So frequencies, there's infinite frequencies. Okay, in vibrations, there's infinite forms. Energy is finite. It just is what it is. It's just mental. So we can determine the quality of our lives and all of these things and our energy levels and how we feel based off of controlling our frequency. All right, and that is something that we can do. So I pride myself a lot in empowering people to do that. There's many ways in which we could do that. I highly recommend people go look into their astrology to see how their mind projects and manipulates matter and energy to create the realities that they are experiencing. So that's a great section right there. We just finished talking about the conscious mind and mentalism altogether. So next, I want to talk about the subconscious mind. Now, the subconscious mind in this life, how it works is that you have 5 senses, 6, right? And you are always picking up impulses, electrical impulses through these senses, through smell, taste, touch, hearing, and even the vibe. You know, your heart creates a biofield, and you can literally feel other people's fields and the frequency of it to where you're receiving the electrical impulses and you're interpreting them. The subconscious mind, the conscious mind is consciously trying to understand. It's like, it's, how could I say, it is aware of what it is attempting to observe. Whereas the subconscious mind, it is aware of everything, all things. I mean, you're not thinking about every breath, but the subconscious mind is. You're not thinking about the temperature, but the subconscious mind could be. The wind, how it's blowing, the direction, the leaves, organization, disorganization. You see it all. The bird in the sky. And we're going to end this by actually talking about shamanism a little bit. But the subconscious mind sees the waters, it sees the ripples, it sees the atoms, it sees everything that you may not be aware of. It is aware of every advertisement, every letter, every word. You can open a book and just flip each page and just observe them, and your subconscious mind would have picked it all up. Whether you can consciously go there, whether you made a neural link, or how could I say, neuroplasticity, and if you've created a bridge for that connection to stay of that information observed, then you can consciously visit these places. However, the subconscious mind doesn't always make things. All right, so we're gonna have to wrap this video up inside. It was a little too hot outside, and the phone overheated. Where I'm at, it's just super hot all the time, but it's okay. So the subconscious mind doesn't ignore anything. Okay, the subconscious mind picks up everything. Now, it's really difficult to be able to consciously navigate through so much information within a time frame. So what happens is when we go to sleep, all right? When we go to sleep, we get all of this information and impulses that came from the subconscious mind. People's energies, people's attitudes, you may have ignored. You might got some rose-colored glasses on, and you might have ignored certain signs. Subconscious mind didn't. and it picks things up for what they are. So while the conscious mind can justify things, right, and try to make things make sense, the subconscious mind just takes things for what they are, right? So it just is what it is. It doesn't know the difference. So, for example, if you tell yourself, dang, I look good, the subconscious mind don't know if you look good or not. It just knows that that is what the impulse is. Somebody says something of that opposite nature, which I don't even want to say. Someone says something of that opposite nature. The subconscious mind is like, oh, okay, that's what it is. And you can leave it to the conscious mind to perceive it and make sense of it, all right? The subconscious mind's not doing none of that. Dr. Bruce Lipton likes to relate the subconscious mind to a tape recorder. And I like that a lot because if you look at a tape recorder, it just picks things up. It's not controlling what's being said. It's not trying to, none of that. And you can play it back. So when you go to sleep, this is basically the playback. There are things that you may have missed. There are things that you may have not noticed consciously, but your subconscious mind did. There are so many little things to where you can find the answers to your millionaire route. You can find the answers to fixing whatever relationship, whatever jobs, whatever you got going on in life because of infinite possibilities, whatever you got going on in life, the subconscious mind can get to an answer and it can create a path. It can create a life. So what happens is when you go to sleep a lot of the time, when we're neglecting a lot of the signs and symbols of things that are maybe low vibrational in our life, they show up in our dreams with symbols that harmonize with those frequencies. All right. So why do certain animals, certain colors, certain items, certain objects, certain things always represent the same things for everybody's dreams? Because these things have properties and qualities to them. And that connects a frequency, or at least a domain of a frequency, to them. And so when you go to sleep and you see the color red, all right, and you see the silky material, the satin, right? Red satin. Red means something. Satin means something. All right. It's been here the whole time, but were you consciously aware of it? Maybe, maybe not. The subconscious was. And this represents a certain frequency. All right. So it can be used as a symbol in a dream to give you a message if you can interpret the frequency. All right. So when you have a dream and it's scary, nightmares, you can go ahead and criticize yourself and your ability to navigate your astral body and navigate the astral realm. That's something to work on. I call that psychonautical travel. It is something I also work on with people. However, what is more important than anything, I believe, is the ability to become aware. That's it. Because that's going to open up way more doors than just astral travel mastery. When you can learn to perceive things for what they are, rather than always try to make it what you want it to be, then you'll be able to interpret the frequency for what it is, and you can deal with things that you should be dealing with or that you shouldn't be dealing with. This allows you to let go of certain things. This allows you to change your own ways, to have what's best for you. And being authentic is the best thing I think you could do, because there's infinite possibilities. When you're authentic, the only righteous way to live is in truth and by following your heart. There's not like a 99.9% truth life that is technically righteous, because it's technically not, by 0.01%. Whereas 100% righteousness, to me, which can happen any day of your life, any moment of your life when you're ready, to me, I believe that is by following your heart and living in the truth, 100%. You're not just the truth of what reality is, like how the subconscious mind takes things, but to consciously be in alignment with that, and to say, well, hey, I'm aware about this in me and this in me and this is me. I'm aware of so much more that reality has to offer consciously, right? So I am going to change my beliefs and change my perspective on myself. And what's going to happen is the subconscious mind is going to start to highlight things for you in reality to go towards and to move towards. You might even start seeing synchronicities. You might even start seeing the numbers lining up and things like that, because you're in the same world you've always been in. That time always comes around every single day. The thing is, you just notice it now, and you're starting to notice it more because the subconscious mind is highlighting things in your life to get to where you consciously want to go. So not only is it recording everything, but because it is aware of all things innately, it's not judging or anything, it can highlight to you certain things in life that are important. And in a dream where it's dominating, it's actually dominating in both. 95%. So in your dreaming in the astral realm, it's just inverted laws. Here it's black matter and white light. There it's white matter and black light. Matter moves very slow here. Matter instantly changes in the astral realm. Thought here is it's white light, so it literally can change instantly. But in a dream, you cannot change the thought instantly as much as you would like to. You can become aware, right? But now thought takes time to change. But that's the astral realm. That's another video, and I don't even know if I'm supposed to tell y'all that. So when you dream and you're running back a lot of these impulses and signals that you received throughout your life, right? Throughout your days, you're going to get almost like a mind movie. And this movie is loaded with symbolism. It is loaded with everything that you've been perceiving in relation to where you currently are consciously. So let's say the subconscious mind isn't going to say this girl is good or bad, or this guy is good or bad. But the conscious mind, right, can be really sad, really disappointed, really hurt. And when you have a dream about that person, you know, you might feel like you're getting the short end of the stick even in the dream. Because in reality, when you wake up and you start chasing that person again, you're going to realize your subconscious mind was trying to tell you something. This person don't care about you. This person barely even care about themselves. This person is not interested in you, otherwise it would be evident. This person doesn't like you, but you like them. And in the dream, you're chasing them and they're running away, and then you fall into a hole and then nothing. Let's go into another dream. This person is very good for you. This guy or this girl is very good for you. The signs are there, but you, on the other hand, have other traumas and other things that you still make your conscious decisions off of. Say you vibrate low, right? And you have the dream, and this person just keeps showing up in your dream, and they're always giving you gifts. And something goes crazy, and they come in and save you just for a brief moment, and then they're gone. You know, all of these little symbols mean something. And when you wake up, you like, that dude's weird. I never talk to that person. I see their page a lot. I do like they post. Interesting. And blow it off. Whereas that person, the subconscious mind, could be telling you there's something for us there. There's something to do there. Now, belief systems, religions, and a number of things do start to make this a bit confusing. All right? Because what we consciously tell ourselves, our subconscious mind continues to give it to us. All right? So just think of your conscious mind as the destinations, the addresses of where you are and where you want to go. And then think of the subconscious mind as when you press route. When you press route, when you press get directions, that's the subconscious mind. You still never been to this part of town, make a left. Okay, intuition, make a left. Okay, spirit, boom, end up right where you're supposed to be. And you know what's funny? You might end up exactly where you wasn't supposed to be. You might end up in the not your destination. But it's funny because what sometimes happens is when we get rerouted and things like that, when we're trying to manifest something, we get something seemingly else, It's actually one of the steps needed maybe to keep what you're going for. It might be some foundational move you may not be aware of consciously. Follow the directions, follow the instructions. So this is why you want to raise your frequency, raise your awareness. This is why you want to combine your conscious mind and your subconscious mind to work as best friends. You know, they're not great masters, but they're great servants when you learn how to use them. All right. So the last bit of thing I wanted to say in this was just a little touch on shamanism. And when you can harmonize the conscious and the subconscious mind together, this is what Jesus in the Bible talked about as eternal life. This is why it is harder for a rich man to enter heaven than it is for a camel to enter the eye of a needle, because a camel can matterly, physically, somehow, will probably, even if you die, whatever you do, can pull it through a string of a needle here. But you cannot bring physical material beyond space and time. All is mental. The only thing that you can do to have eternal life, which is the reward in exchange for what physical things you might try to accumulate, the reward is eternal life, which is just telling you that, hey, when you're awake, you're conscious. And when you're asleep, you're conscious. You have the same vision and mission here that you have there on both sides of the coin. And this is what I call 360-degree vision. This is what I teach in the Astral School of Everything. This is what I teach people from a perspective of themselves, rather than trying to understand religions and the world and this and that. I help people understand and master themselves. Okay? So the Astral School of Everything is predicated upon 360-degree vision, which is basically two sides of the coin, both sides of the coin. Both is 180. Both is 180 of that coin. And when you can look at both sides of that coin, that's 360-degree vision. And that is 3 by 4, which is 12. So we actually use astrology as one of our main tools and for understanding the mind. Shamanism is basically being able to understand all of these energies and to identify them in any given thing in life. So to be aware of subconscious effects consciously. That's like to be lucid in a dream. Well, it would be the same thing here. It would be to be lucid in this life is to have a soul, is to have direction, is to have a purpose, versus what you guys would normally call bots or AI, who can do things and they exist and they use energy, but it's like there's no soul there. And the soul we like to look at as the governing force of these bodies and these vehicles, right? Well, the thing about the body is that it is you. It's not something that you're borrowing or anything like that. I always hear that. You're borrowing the body. No, you're not borrowing anything. Your body is Celtemic morphogenics. Your body is a direct representation of your frequency, your mind, where you think and how you move. Your body. Your body is literally who you are. You can lie and do all that, but you can't lie. I mean, I be tired, bro. I don't be getting rest. Celtemic morphogenics. If I start getting more rest, okay, cool. There's different things about our bodies and our beings. They all mean something. There is nothing that is insignificant. There is nothing that doesn't mean anything. You just may be unaware of what it means. And if you want to learn what it means, identify anything's traits, anything's characteristics, and find the matching frequencies for them. Look at the colors. Look at the size. Look at the height. Look at the placement. Look at the location. Look at the time. All of these things mean something in one dimension or another. And all dimensions are happening at the same one time. The thing about dimensions is that they don't operate within time. That's how they can happen at the same time, because it's the same one life in different. A dimension is just another unit of measuring something. So it's just a different way of looking at this same one life. And there's categorized 12 of these, and 13 would be all 12 as one. 12 of these things. Okay. And if you can identify just these 12 qualities of energy and mentality, you can see how we have this infinite universe. And these dimensions, they operate on different times, different wavelengths. So certain things may be very slow to be able to observe them. Other things you can observe in an instant, okay, and experience in an instant. So I just want to put this video out there. What the dream meant for me, as the scorpion was running from me, and it was like we were doing something else. I think we were cleaning. Me and this other person. I think we're cleaning, and I think this. I'm like, oh snap! Like we was laying on the floor, and I looked to the left, and I'm like, oh, it's a baby scorpion. Like it's a little scorpion running over there, and it's all black. And I'm like, kind of like got up to like go try to find it. I noticed everybody around me was ignoring it, and I was like, it's a whole scorpion here. Like this is not only is it cool, but you guys don't want this just wandering around in here. That could be dangerous, right? So I'm in a dream, you know, seeing this little black scorpion, and what I have came up with what it means through my emotions, through what the scorpion was, the carpet, the vibe, the person, all of those different ingredients, even though it happened in a dream that I may not have been lucid in, I can still break it down. Because I'm so aligned with my subconscious mind, I can remember my dreams very easy. And in this dream, I remember the real goal here and the real motive here it's almost like in Harry Potter trying to find the golden snitch. It's like looking for something. And I realized that I've been refining my life. I've been cleaning up my life, and I've been going after change. I'm not trying to just sit there and be comfortable with people who may want to just sit there and be comfortable. I'm like, let's go towards that change. Y'all don't see that change over there? It's some change over there. It's the beginning of something new. It's scary and it's unknown, but let's go. And I'm trying to point that out. And so I don't know. I think it was a subconscious fear of mine, that this person may not be able to grow and change with me, but maybe they will. And it wasn't a bad thing, but it definitely let me know to keep my focus on that scorpion while everybody is ignoring it. I'm aware of it, because if it can get away and it can sting one person, that person can die. And I'm aware of that, and I want to keep track of it to know where it's at so that we don't accidentally bump into each other on some regular shit. But that all means something outside of the astral realm. That's all just frequency. And that beautiful story and that cool movie that was told, all of that was everything that I've been experiencing in this other side of the coin, in this waking reality, condensed. And with my belief systems and where I'm trying to go, who I was in the dream, I can see different ways to interact and to do things in this waking reality to get there. So I'm going to keep my focus on the scorpion, and I actually ended up waking up, looking up my Scorpio North Node, you know, looking deeper into the house of it, looking deeper into these different things, and it led me to making this video because of psychology. So with all that being said, I know it looks like two different videos, but it's really just one. And yeah, I might split this into like part 1 and part 2. No, I might do it one video. Conscious mind, subconscious mind. If you guys want music to help you stay aligned, I make music. Music is another thing that programs the conscious and the subconscious minds. So by consciously listening to music that's going to tell you things that are in alignment with where you want to go in life is good. So if you listen to music saying I'm gonna delete him, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, you know, what life do you expect to have, and what do you expect to have in your life and go through? Whereas if you were to listen to music that is constantly empowering you, putting the crown back on your head, you know what I mean, setting boundaries and limitations, making sure your quality is at its highest at all times, music that says those things to you, what kind of life you think you want to get. All right, so look up Soular Amore Ray. Very easy to find me, Soular Amore Ray. You can find my music on all platforms, and I'll continue to always be releasing music and art on all these platforms that are available. I have my posts going up on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, so make sure you follow me. Click on the link anywhere. You can go straight to any of my songs. You can go ahead and book me for astrology readings. You can go ahead and email me with any other inquiries or offers that people have, which people have made use of all these tools, and I just want to keep these doors open so that I can continue to work with who I'm supposed to work with. So with all that being said, Soular Amore Ray, SOULAR AMORREY. Music, videos of me teaching, and I mean, there's so much more to come. I don't even want to tell you. I just want to do these things. So, hey, Soular Moray signing out. I love you guys. Love yourselves. You know, hold it down, but keep it up. Peace.